Hello. Welcome to Urban Farms. Today, let me educate you on how to successfully cross your female grasscutters on the farm. For the first time, if you are a beginner, let's say you have an animal that you are breeding for the first time or you want to cross for the first time, you have to make sure the female is at least 6 months old, maximum 7 to 8 months. You should be able to cross it. And this is how we go about it. You should make sure you have a crossing cage on your farm. A crossing cage is not any special cage. It's just a cage that is well ventilated and spacious enough that can house multiple animals in there. So this is how we go about it. You carry the male that you want to use for the crossing into the crossing cage and place it in, let's say, room A. Then you carry the female to the next room, let's say room B. You place them adjacent to each other. We do that so that the female will tend to go on heat faster. You know, grass cutters, most of them, they go on heat when they see the male very often. So we do that so that it will aid the female to go on heat faster. How long are you going to keep it, or how long are you supposed to keep the female in that cage? You are supposed to keep it there for a maximum of 48 hours, and the minimum should be 24 hours. So when you do that, you realize that the male will be trying to cross over to the female's territory, and the female will also try to cross over to the male's territory. When you do that and you observe that they are trying to cross over to each other's territory, that should tell you that the female is now on heat and it's ready to be crossed. So you carry the female to the male. Under no circumstance should you carry the male to the female's territory. Let me repeat myself. Under no circumstance should you carry the male to the female's territory. The reason why I'm advising you not to do that is grasscutters are territorial, like they control wherever they live. So the moment you carry the male to the female's territory, sometimes some of the females are very stubborn and they will tend to try to dominate, which the male to might not allow that to happen and it will result in a serious fight. So most of the time we try to avoid that by sending the females to the male's territory. So you send them there, then you record your date. The number of hours or days that you will have to keep these animals depend on you, the farmer, and it depends too on the two animals. I mean the male and the female. If the male is a male that you've ever used for crossing, and you know how active it is and how fertile it is, how it is able to cross early or whatever, like you should know your male. Some males can be with a female for maybe a week or 2 weeks before they will be able to cross them. Some also cross within some few hours after the female is being introduced to them. And you should know your female too. Some of the females too are very stubborn. They kind of try to fight the males when they are being introduced to the males for crossing. So I mean, the number of hours depend on you, the farmer, and it depends on the animals. You should know your animals as a farmer. Someone like me, I keep my animals in that crossing cage. I mean, the female and the male. After I introduce the female to the male in the crossing cage, I keep them for a maximum of 1 month, minimum 2 weeks. I take the female out. You can keep it for months. It could be 2 months. I've ever kept an animal with a male for 3 good solid months. When I realized that the tummy started growing big, I decided to take it out. So you have to keep an eye on your animals, know them, then you get to know the number of days or weeks or months that you have to keep them together. And make sure you book your date. The very day that you introduce your female to the male, try to book the date. Then with that date, you can calculate the date that the female will give birth. Yeah. So let me end it here. The next time I will come around, I will tell you about how to handle your pregnant grass cutters on the farm. Thank you for watching.